Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Adventures in Golf. And for this episode, we've traveled to New Buffalo, Michigan to show you what a 9-hole, private, relatively innocuous golf course with a simple clubhouse could actually do to the entire landscape of the game of golf as we know it. Welcome, my friends, to the Dunes Club. I'm extremely excited for this next adventure, which brings us to the sandy shores of New Buffalo, Michigan, and to, drumroll please, the Dunes Club, the 9-hole and first ever golf course created by renowned developer Mike Keiser. Over the past 2 decades, all of Keiser's courses have become nationally or internationally ranked, something he believes is a direct result of finding the right location to develop. As we make our way out to Lake Michigan here, you can see there are some sand dunes right here. These dunes are a theme that is repeated over and over in his creations. And while the Dunes Club is private, the tremendous success of his courses revolves around the idea that great golf should be public and affordable. The one thing I have read with regards to the Dunes Club, when Keiser was asked what would you do differently, he said I would have not made it private. But I think part of making it private was the only thing that was going to allow it to happen financially. And that's what allowed Bandon Dunes to essentially be made and be a relatively affordable bucket list golf destination. As far as bucket lists go, the Dunes Club is definitely on mine. And to top it off, I'm even getting the chance to talk with Keiser himself. I'm so anxious to meet the man who has changed the face of golf that I've arrived early to check out where it all began. That is, if I can find it. Could this be the entrance? This is very strange. This cannot be right. There's one car. That looks like a little hitting bay or like a driving range over there. This can't be right. I'm convinced this is not right. I see a green. All right. We're in the right place, which if you're really shooting at Adventures in Golf properly, should feel like you are not in the right place. Hello. General Manager Todd Molitor agrees to show us around, and I finally get my first look at the Pine Valley-inspired 9-hole. Never seen anything like this. Chicago District Golf Association Member Club, 415. So these plates are on every tee box?
Yeah.
And what's in here?
Yeah, scorecard and tees.
Oh wow, look at that. Winner of the prior hole chooses the tee. No out of bounds, except on 1, 3, and 7.
No rakes, huh?
They're in the green side ones, but they pretty much keep it unkempt other than around the green side.
Similar to Pine Valley.
Right.
Right.
Keiser enlisted, in his opinion, one of the greatest architects of his generation, Dick Nugent, to spearhead the project.
Wow. Talk about simplicity.
And with dunes playing such a major role in Keiser's golf destinations, I was glad to finally sit down with him and discuss the Dunes Club and his ever-growing golf empire. When people meet you, what do they say?
They say, "What are you doing next?"
And how do you answer that?
The best I can do is tease them with, well, I've got a number of projects in mind. I don't know which one I will concentrate on next.
We've come to the Dunes Club to talk to you about, is this a prototype? Is it an early drawing? Is it a notepad? What is this place?
This place proved to me that emulating Pine Valley was a good thing if you've got the right architect, or the right architect plus me coaching. And the fact that it worked got my attention as a capitalist. If they liked the first, why don't you build a second? Plus, it was so much fun, Eric. It really was fun building this.
In the early 1980s, Keiser purchased the parcel of land across the street from his summer cottage to stop the development of condominiums. It was here that he would hike through the woods with a club, playing a game called wilderness golf.
Wilderness golf is where you can call out targets and see who gets closest to the target in 1 or 2 shots.
As an avid golfer, it dawned on him that this wilderness area could be developed into his own 9-hole golf course, marking the beginning of Keiser's journey towards destination golf.
The reason the Dunes Club worked is that we have gorgeous sand dunes here. And it took me a while, but I finally realized the terrain here is the same as Pine Valley as with many other sand barren spots. So whenever you've got sand dunes on ocean with the right architect is a winning formula, even if you apply it in Bandon, Oregon. See that beautiful jack pine, that stunted tree in the sand? It's gotten a little bit high.
Oh, it's too high now.
Yeah.
So this is you at work.
This is me being critical.
Huh.
Keiser plays his original course often, which may be why he sees things that others wouldn't. He also plays the course with just one club, something he's challenged me to do as well, as we play a two-person scramble.
Because I play two-person scramble almost all the time, I am looking to hit as many good shots as I can, just like normal, and forgetting those that we don't use.
This is so interesting. So here we have, what, 230 yards? 6 iron?
Yeah, 250, yeah.
And you just lay it up there.
You just want to avoid those two traps.
Because right now there's no score. It's just...
No, there's score. I'm probably getting a stroke a hole. Good shot.
Thank you, sir.
Even though Dick designed the course, you had a lot of input into the nuance and a lot of the decisions involved in the layout. I would think it would be hard to develop confidence from the get with that.
But if you have a model, Erik, it's a lot easier. So my model was Dornick and Pine Valley. What do you have to do to make this site more like them? Pine Valley said wide fairways. That's what I learned from Pine Valley. Wonderful big greens, some with a lot of roll, most that are rather flattish. My favorite greens at Pine Valley are pretty flat and huge, almost infinite pin positions. So those two things are valuable lessons from Pine Valley, and Dornick is pretty much the same.
How many hole-in-ones do you have?
One.
One hole-in-one. Do you believe that talking about a hole-in-one on the tee box of a par 3 is good or bad?
Indifferent.
Indifferent, great.
I don't think there's a jinx at work.
I think it's actually helping to potentially manifest one right now.
Maybe you're right, Erik. No, I missed it right.
Pretty good. This is I'm gonna learn this shot today.
We need a rule. If we hit into a bunker, we can either hit it out or throw it out.
This is really exciting, I have to say. I'm really excited.
You're a little bit nervous that you'll make a bad throw.
Yeah, I should be able to do this.
Oh, it's like you've practiced.
Did I read the break right?
Go in.
That's really fun.
Okay, birdie man. Oh, I pulled it with a hybrid.
Wow.
Okay, Erik, I propose we go to number 5.
Great, I'd love to. That could be one of the more memorable parts of my life, sir.
Yeah, that was good.
The Dunes Club is not about the course, is it?
I think it is. I mean, the little clubhouse matters, the patio, the caddy program, they're all important. But I think if the golf course weren't as well received as it's been, we wouldn't have 110 members, and we wouldn't have the outside requests to play golf that we get. Okay, you sink this for a 2.
Tell me about the outside request to play golf.
We are really easy to get on. If you call me and say, hi, I'm not a member, but I've heard good things about the Dunes Club, and you sound respectable and respectful, we'll find a time for you that doesn't conflict with member time and get you a tee time. All we ask is that you pay a greens fee, which goes for the good of golf, and employ caddies. So it might as well be a public course, but it's not advertised as such. It's sort of a hidden gem, just the way there's no sign to get in here.
Are you prepared for the onslaught of requests?
Yes.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you could get a lot.
If they're patient and flexible in terms of, it's harder when you say, I'm coming into town and I'd like to play July 5th. We can't fill those. If you call, if your viewers call and say, we saw Erik and it sounded good, when is a good time to come, then my guys will find a good time for you to come. This shape is what I approved, And I'm hoping it's as flattish as I thought when it was sand. Right now it's looking a little bit more undulating than I would have described it. But we'll wait and see and putt on it next June 1st.
Just like building a baseball diamond in the middle of a cornfield, I think about what it must have been like for those surrounding Keiser when he decided to create golf where there was no golf before.
You must have had a lot of people in the beginning who were like, "You're crazy."
Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone said, "This is crazy. What are you doing? Why don't you just play golf? Why are you building something in Bend, Oregon?" 7 different tees.
7 tees on one hole.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that a good look?
And do you have a preference, or are they all the same?
I always go, this is the most divots, this is where everyone goes. A, they're lazy, B, it's a nice view.
Is golf a business for you?
Yes.
Really?
If it goes past break even, then I get to build another golf course. The success of the first created the second. The success of the second created the third, etc. Okay, that's our tour.
As the tour and this incredible day at the Dunes Club comes to an end, the future looks bright for Destination Golf because we know one thing for certain: if he builds it, they will come.